Hey everybody, happy Thanksgiving. It's like 2 a.m. right now, night after Thanksgiving, and I needed to come talk to you guys. So, I don't mention it too often, but I do see a woman, right? I talk about her at times. I don't go into it too much, discuss who she is or any of that. Just because the nature of YouTube is, it is what it is. That can be trouble, more trouble than it's worth. Putting images of people that you're seeing on the internet. So she talks to me about a week ago, maybe 10 days ago. And she says, "Hey, fool, you're one of my best friends. Been fucking around for a while. And I've got a limited amount of time here if I want to have a kid." So she said, "You need to get your shit together. Like, we've been hanging out for a while, doing our thing, you know what I mean? We make sure to use protection and whatnot, or quick draw or whatever, But she said, you got to get your shit together. You need a job, and you need like a good job." Like she's like, "I get that you're going to school or whatever." She goes, "But I can't be waiting around forever. You got to get it together." Now, she's got a good job. She's a better job than me. She's got a great job. But she's like, "I don't want to be, having to work through the whole pregnancy and da-da-da." She's like, "You got to get your shit together." All right. Fine. Fair enough, right? Fair enough. She says, if you want to have a kid, you got to get your shit together. This woman's out of my league, for one thing. But whatever. I usually fuck with women who are out of my league. Whatever. So I says, how am I going to get my stuff together? What am I going to do? What am I going to do about this? So I started looking at PhD programs. About 10 days ago, started looking at PhD programs. Said, I'm going to see what it takes to become a doctor. Let's see what it takes to get into a doctoral program. So this is what it takes to get into a PhD program. From what I can tell, you got to have good grades, of course. The stuff that you do, your schoolwork, all this stuff. But it seems to me you have to be really smart, because that's kind of what it says, is they assess kind of how smart you are, if you're smart enough to tackle the task at hand. Or do you really excel in your field? That's one way you can get around it too. If you're in, biology, they don't care what your math score was. They care what your biology score was. Did you kill it in your field? We don't really care what you can do in other fields, but are you really killing it in your field? So this means I need to kill it. I'm in grad school right now. I'm in my master's program right now. I got to kill it. I can't just graduate and come out the other end with just a normal degree, right? Normal set of skills. I got to come out shining. Okay. So what am I going to do? Well, I've talked openly about the stuff, I use AI, I do this, I do that. I play with different softwares. I build things on my own time. The other day I created a tutorial that teaches you how to use Google Drive, the app Google Drive, for media transfer, file sharing, things of this nature. And I says, I just finished the app for Google Drive, so I'll move on to Google Slides, and then I'll make that one better, you know what I mean? And then maybe I'll go over to this Google Maps, and I'll teach them how to make a presentation in Google Maps, and every time I make one, it'll be better, right? And I'll keep getting better and better. Cool. I says, okay. So I'm also looking for a job right now. I'm having to look for a job because my job ran out of money. I don't know if it's the economy or I don't know what the hell happened. My job just ran out of hours. So go figure that out. So that's what I'm doing, is I'm scrambling all over the place. I'm picking up shifts with these people on InstaWork, dude, making like $20 an hour. And like half these dudes are high. They're like whacked out of their gourds. They're hungover. It's like, come on, man. All right. So this is where I'm at now. fine, whatever. I'll do the work. So I'm asking myself, what can I do? What can I do about this? How can I fix this? What can I need to be able to do something, and just working stupid jobs that aren't helping anything or anything like that. It's just a mindless job, and just collecting a paycheck is just spinning my wheels anymore, right? This makes no sense. And then you're always working on a stupid schedule because you're always trying to keep up with the schedule, and the schedule constantly changes. I'm about to fall over. And watch it, Jack. So I says, what the fuck am I gonna do, man? I gotta do something about this. I gotta get my shit together. If I want to have a kid, if I want to get, if I want to be an adult, I'm gonna be an adult moving forward. What do I need to do? And I had an epiphany. Building a tutorial to operate an app, like building a manual to operate an app, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a good idea. It's a fine goal. But that's not it. I need to be building entire curriculums. I need to look at this semester, which is 16 weeks long. You usually get, I believe you end up with 2 weeks just for fluff. Like it'll either be, I don't know. You can basically you can miss 2 classes and it doesn't ding you. And the reason why is because there's basically like 2 extra classes kind of built into them anyway. But you count on 16-week semester and build out 16 plans, right? And you need a little bit, you start with the basics, right? Like tech writing. I have a bachelor's in tech writing. Well, I'll start the first one. The intro to tech writing is just tech writing 101. You just start tech writing 101. You talk about all the fundamentals, what it is, what it isn't, what it is, what it isn't, what are the uses, what fields does it exist in, what can it be used for, who uses it, a bunch of the basics, some of the history, and just a basic philosophical grasp of what it is, right? And that's the first class. And then you just, from there. So what I realized is that every single thing that I'm working on, if I'm working on something, if I leave this right here, whenever I'm done talking to you guys, I'm probably going to bed. But let's say in theory, I left from this iPad right here. And I walked over to my computer and I started working. I need to make sure that 2 hours that I am working are building something that is bigger. These hours are going towards the whole, not individual projects. Because if I get, I can build, 5 or 6 individual standalone projects, and then I can show them to somebody and I can say, well, look, this is how you could use them. And then I got to explain how to use them together, right? And then, but for one of them's like, oh, I don't like that app. You know what I mean? That app's not that great. And we've had problems with that one. You're asking for trouble, right? You build the entire curriculum. You build it all and present it like that, right? And then after you've got so many, like if you say, okay, well, here's my curriculum for this semester, right? That's just one class for what semester. I can build, or I can build lesson plans in several fields. I'm very good at writing. I can easily teach tech writing. I can easily teach video editing. I can teach most softwares. I can teach public speaking. I could teach several classes. Demonstrably, I could. So, I'm looking for jobs, and I've been putting in applications here, right? Because my job, all the hours went away. And I've been putting in applications in West Virginia. because y'all know Big Weavy, and I love Big Weavy. That's my homeboy. And he said, hey, why don't you come out here? Maybe you get a job out here. And I said, if that's what fate wants, let's find out. So I'll put in the applications in. If I get a job in West Virginia, I'm going to West Virginia. Give me a good job, I'll take it. I'll check you out. So I'm looking at jobs in West Virginia, and I come across a job at Wind River Community and Technical College. And I'm starting to read the job, and what I realize is they don't have a particular field in mind. They have a job opening that says you can teach what it is that you know. If you have a technical skill, basically it says at the bottom, do you have a bachelor's and a master's degree? Well, I'll have a master's here in a couple months. What can you teach? So I start looking at the college. It's in rural West Virginia. It's in a place called Beaver, West Virginia. It's extremely small. Very, very, very small college. They need people to teach. They don't have a big budget. They don't have a lot of money. But the more people they can attract in, the more classes they can teach. The more classes you can teach, the more degrees and programs you can offer. Right? So this is a technical college, and I'm a technical writer. Right? So right away, it's a good possibility they would be in need of something like that anyway, because they don't seem to have any sort of technical writing classes or anything like that on staff. So I start looking at this now, just to be 100% straightforward. I'm not saying that like I'm going to get this job, this is my plan, da-da-da. I'm going to try. I'm going to put in for it. But the job description says the person will be responsible for building their own curriculum, right? And I can't count how many times I've gotten to a new class and the semester is clearly teaching some nonsense from another professor. It's just copy and paste. They're just going with whatever the curriculum says. And the curriculum could have been written 5 years ago. There's like stand-ins. They're like, yeah, sure, whatever. That's what the book says, go with it, you know. But they're not evolving with what's going on. They're not evolving. Just a curriculum that was written last year is not up to date because of AI, right? Anything you did 18 months ago is not as efficient as it could be now because of AI. So all curriculum need to be updated. So I started looking at this job application. I said, man, I can do this. I apply, what you call for this? I fit in this. And I says, that's probably where I would have to make my start, right? I'd have to get in a community college somewhere. Prove that I really know what I'm doing. Get some kids to take the class, like the class, sign up for the class again, because that's what you want. You want people to keep. This is how you get customers. If you're a teacher, this is how you get customers, right? Repeat customers are students. One student tells another, that shit's dope. Take that class, right? So I spent the day thinking about this. It's been on my mind all day. What am I going to do about this? What do I do? Do I go balls out and just spend all my free time trying to make a curriculum? Because my degree being in technical writing, you kind of have to create manuals and teach people stuff. That's kind of part of it. So I'm showing off my expertise. Anything like that I create, I'm showing off my expertise, and I'm building towards something bigger. But right now, the way it's working is I'm having to try to get all these temporary shifts, and then wake up at all these crazy odd fucking hours, drive all over the metro area to try to pick up some hours, And then, like, it's fucking my schedule. It's fucking my workout schedule up. I can't, my workout schedule is so crap right now. I hate to say this, but the regimentation of prison, it helped me in a lot of ways. If you got to work out from 9 to 10:30 every morning, you have to work out from 9 to 10:30. That's it. You go. If I don't have any other choice, I go. It's whenever I got the choices and then I can't get into the rhythm. I got to stop this. I got to stop chasing jobs. I shouldn't be looking for a job in the middle of grad school either. Anyway, this is my point. Here's my point. Here's the rub, everybody. If I'm gonna do this, okay, here we go. We'll start it. Here's the rub, everybody. Brother needs your help. If I'm gonna do this, I need help. I need financial help. I need to be able to not have to chase $20 an hour jobs all over the city. I need to buckle down and get a curriculum done. I need to get a class done, an entire class, 16 weeks. I need to get a 16-week class teaching somebody the basics of technical writing. I need to get that shit together. And I need to do it balls out, not checking in here, checking in there, because, I barely have time to even run my channel anymore, right? So what if I just keep going to grad school and then keep trying to pick up jobs where I can and keep looking for, because God knows whenever you're a professional, you got to make a new damn resume for every job, because that's what everybody else is doing. And so the resume and the cover letter have to be tailored to every single job that you do. So like even putting in for a job these days is no longer, it's not just this short process. It's not just a McDonald's app or something like that. It's this long drawn out process. Fuck. So I need to be able to focus on this and nothing but this curriculum, this lesson plan. And I can do this shit. I know I can do it. I can see it in my head. You don't understand. It's been like, it's like I'm infatuated with this. It's in my head now. It's like it was so clear. It was so clear. How did I not see it? It's like I'm doing all this random shit. I'm doing these random, oh, well, maybe if I go, like I got a letter put up. I wrote my first fucking grant proposal the other day. I don't know anything about grant proposals, right? Spent half the afternoon looking at a grant proposal. I'm 85% done with my first grant proposal. Never written a grant proposal before. It looks pretty good, though. It's going in my resume. But it's a random. It's one-off. It's just some random shit. Oh, yeah, I could do this, too. Look, I could do this, too. Nah. It's not the way, homie. I seen the light, dog. It's not the way. This is the way. Every hour that I spend tomorrow should be building something, should be used building something that I'm still going to be working on in 6 months. It should still be the same project, just that much better. Just, in 6 months, I should have a year's worth of, who knows, God only knows how quick I'll be able to copy and paste these things, right? Because once you get the bones of something, you can just copy and paste it. Once you figure out your bones, right? So once I figure out my bones of the lesson plan, then you just copy that bit 16 times, and then you just swap out the internals, the specifics. I need help, guys. I never asked for shit, because I always said if I came and asked, it was because I needed something. It was because I actually needed something. And this is it. This is like, I need help. I need help with grad school. I'm going to end up homeless. I swear to God, I'm a cunt here from being homeless, dog. Thank God for my mom. My mom is really the only reason I'm not homeless, if we're going to be honest. If we're going to be honest with you. Me being able to eat my fucking pride and ask for help. Because I know that I'm righteous in the things that I do. And I know that I'm righteous moving forward. So it does hurt my pride to have my mom help me with the rent. Or, Jesus, I gotta pay my fucking storage. These bills never end, dog. They never end. But I need the help. If you guys can help, please. If not, a like, a share, a subscribe. I appreciate it to the moon and back. But if you can throw 5 on the Cashapp, Gangish5555. On Venmo, it's Gangish5555. The super chats, whatever you could do, anything you could do, and put in the description for grad school, right? So I know exactly where it's going, so we can keep it exactly where it's supposed to be, so I can categorize it exactly the way it's supposed to be categorized, so I can pay the appropriate taxes on it, because I don't want to get caught up doing that, owing Cashapp a bunch of taxes, or the government a bunch of taxes, anything like that. Anything you guys can do, please. This is the time. This is whenever I'm gonna need it, because this chasing these jobs is for the birds, homie. It's for the birds. I'm gonna build some dope shit. I'm gonna graduate the master's program with a year's worth of curriculum ready to go. Like, I'll already be ready to go, ready to teach these dudes, teach these adults. I need your help. If you can help me, please hit a brother up. I appreciate you guys. You guys have got me a long way this way. I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna keep doing this anyway. The only difference is if I can get the money, if I can even pull in like $1,500 a month to support myself, then I don't have to work, and I can just do the curriculum and my channel, because my channel pays too. My channel's monetized too. So I can just focus on that. Right now, I'm looking for a goddamn job. I'm working whatever crazy ass job InstaWorks throwing me at. I'm trying to get as much work as I can from the place that I currently work at, and I don't have another shift till the 1st. I think I work the 1st and the 2nd, and then the 8th and the 9th. It's like, are you guys serious? What is that? I can't do nothing with that. I should probably start a GoFundMe. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. But it's going to be a rough road. But I'll do the work. I always told myself, you know, growing up, I was very traditionalist, and I always told myself that I wanted a kid, that I wanted a family, and I wanted all that shit. And the older I get, and the more I see the world the way that it is, the more that I pull away from the ideas of family. But it's wrong. This is we've become jaded towards society. We look at kids like a burden instead of a gift. You know what I mean? Children are a gift. Your lineage passing on is a gift. Only half the men in the world reproduce. Half the men throughout history. It's a privilege to have a baby. I gotta get my shit together. I'm killing it on the fucking grades, but I gotta get it together. You know? Can't be running around. This fucking woman makes like over 6 figures, dog. She makes over 100 grand, dog. And I don't even got a job. And she's still hanging in there. I don't know why. Anyway, that's my spiel, fellas. That's what I got. Can you help her brother out?